As we mentioned today before we started the show, we're going to talk about digital marketing. It's a subject out there that so many people think they know about it and so few people really do. It's the type of deal with your business. It doesn't matter what the business is. You got to get the word out there about your business, but it doesn't end there because you have to keep getting the word out there. You want to change your message at the same time while you keep the same brand with a different message and keep all that going through all the different platforms that are always coming and going throughout this wacky world of digital marketing. You got to bring in a professional because I promise you, your nephew that you think can do it, he can't do it. He's really good at games. He's not good at this. This man here certainly is. This man's name is Adam Rizzieri, and he is with Agency Partner Interactive. Adam, welcome to the show today.
Pleasure to be here,
Brian.
Brian.
Ever had an intro like that before?
No, it's pretty good.
Isn't that neat? We'll play that back for everybody later. So I was talking about digital marketing, and it seems to be such an all-encompassing term that either people don't lump the right things under there or they put stuff in there that isn't really it. So I'm asking you, a professional, just give me a couple of bullet points as to what is digital marketing.
Well, you know, like you said, that internet trend's kind of sticking around, isn't it?
I think it's a keeper. It's a keeper.
So digital, I think, is kind of an evolution of traditional marketing. It's hyper measurable. It's similar from a channels perspective. You've got your traditional online search space, Google, Bing, the search engines, if you will. And then you also have your other digital mediums, which are just basically websites. So you have a network of websites that all sort of work with what you would call a search network. And basically, digital marketing really is connecting a brand with the people that are searching on these sites.
Okay.
So when it comes down to connecting the right brand with the right people, that's where your targeting comes in. You obviously have to have a very good amount of information about who your customer is to be able to target effectively. And with that information in mind, you can create messaging that's compelling. Well,
and let's get this out there. So many people don't know the difference between B2B and B2C. I mean, B2B, you're trying to talk to a business. B2C, you're trying to reach a consumer.
Right.
Two totally different things, both of which you're really good at.
So on the B2B side, you're basically talking about creating a digital presence that really shows off what you do. Creating a website, it's sort of a brochure for your company. But what kind of company are you? Are you a product company? Are you a service company? How do you serve your product and how do you acquire your customers? When you're talking about a B2B kind of effort online, typically what we do is we try to understand exactly who the customer is. So there is a lot in common when it comes to kind of profiling your customer, both from a B2B and a B2C perspective. But it's the channels that might differ a little bit. So the search terms, the way you acquire your customers between pay-per-click, organic traffic, things that you can do to kind of elevate your brand as well from a PR perspective. PR actually does play into digital marketing also.
Okay, good.
So, it all comes down to just your targeting and your messaging.
Okay.
With the understanding of your customers.
Well,
so whether it's B2B or B2C, it doesn't really matter.
One thing that a lot of companies are really bad at is they strictly use it to sell.
Yeah.
Sell. That's why the PR is so important.
Nobody wants to be sold. I mean, nobody really even believes marketers anymore.
No.
That's why customer reviews are so important. I can listen to a guy who's been hired to say that about my company, or I can listen to this real customer experience that's probably not paid or sponsored, and it's probably free of any BS that a marketer might throw at me.
Well, and again, as we're now at the age where we are, or in the scale to where now a lot of businesses are dealing with people who have been using digital marketing their entire adult life.
Right.
That's all they know. They've never heard the term yellow pages.
Right.
And so you have to be able to evolve to keep that going. And one of the ways that you guys do it over at Agency Partner, and I'm anxious to hear this, how do you use reverse engineering to figure this stuff out?
Yeah, I love this one. So when I work with a client, I like to understand who their Darth Vader is.
Their Darth Vader.
Yeah, and I'm not like a Star Wars fan, but just who is that company that is doing what you're doing, but they're doing it maybe better or just on a bigger scale? Who is that company that you want to either beat or be like? And so there's a lot of tools that we can use as marketers to really understand exactly what is driving interest and traffic and the revenue to that beast of a company. And ultimately, when you understand kind of what is taking place to send that attention to the company or to the brand that you want to be like, you can reverse engineer how that actually happens.
Nice.
And you can do so in a way that's actually better than what that company is doing.
And apply it to yourself.
Exactly.
Isn't that neat?
It's actually freakishly easy.
Well, freakishly easy for you. And as I was saying earlier, digital marketing isn't easy for everybody. We've all heard of it one way or another, but we can't do it. That's why you want to bring in a pro. And again, it doesn't matter what your business is. Another thing you guys are into. Now this one, I haven't heard anybody sit about talking that share. Artificial intelligence. Really? Has AI jumped into this realm as well?
We drank the Kool-Aid.
Okay.
Yeah, so AI is a real thing. It's going to really, it's already transforming how the world revolves.
Okay.
And so in the online marketing game, it's a highly competitive space. And you're talking about, for the most part, human-to-human competition. Human-to-human, brand-to-brand, my web presence versus your web presence, my marketing ninja versus yours. And so you could have experts, kind of behind the scenes pulling levers and controlling your campaigns, but they've got to sleep, they've got to eat. With AI in the mix, you're able to work with both an expert and a machine learning platform that will literally optimize your campaigns for an ever-changing market,
right,
to the tune of every 30 minutes. So you might have any agency in town, they will have an expert manage your pay-per-click campaign on Google Ads or Bing or wherever you're trying to compete. And that marketer is going to take a lunch break. That marketer is going to go home. That marketer is going to maybe check emails on the weekends, maybe. And so now with our experts, we have 24-hour monitoring by an expert, while the AI is actually leveraging 30-minute intervals of machine learning to optimize campaigns. And
so
all that really
what do you
means,
mean? What's the AI doing to optimize the campaigns? Is it changing stuff on the go, on the fly?
A great question. So it's understanding customer behavior.
Okay.
It's understanding what is taking place in the search market, what people are searching for, but not just what people are searching for. Of those people, who are your customers and what are they doing?
Gotcha.
And so the AI is basically able to direct and adjust the way your campaigns are functioning to hit those people with messaging when they're most likely to actually act on your message.
And you can hit them in a variety of different ways. I mean, you can hit my phone.
I can
all of a sudden.
So the device data you get on a phone is amazing.
Yes.
The data that you get from a desktop user is also amazing. The AI platform is able to understand what that stuff means and make sure that the messaging that comes to you when you're ready to make a purchase, that we spend the money on that advertising when you're about to make that purchase.
It's the best time to do it. Fish,
awesome.
Fish when they're biting.
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of unfair, but
Yeah.
but that should be an unfair advantage that I think every one of our clients gets to enjoy.
And that's something y'all bring to the table.
Yeah, we have 15 data scientists that help us do that.
Wow.
So teamwork makes the dream work.
How long have you guys been around, your company?
So we started in 2010, and then we actually launched Agency Partner as a brand last year.
Last year, okay. But you go back to 2010. Can you believe it's been 10 years?
It's crazy.
We're
So
sitting here in 2020.
we have the same managers. A lot of the same leaders in our company are still around. We still have some of our original customers.
Well, that speaks volumes right there. And I'm guessing from those original customers, you've received numerous other customers from referrals.
We've been very fortunate. We try to treat our customers like gold because that's what they are. And so over 10 years of history, we've done over 1,200 projects.
Wow.
We've worked with over 500 companies. So yeah, we expect a lot more in the decade ahead.
Quickly, I've got about a minute left, but obviously you guys are entrepreneurs, very successful, but a big part of your business is helping other entrepreneurs as well. Tell me quickly, what is this Dallas Startup Week that's coming up here soon?
Dallas Startup Week is going to be hitting us the last week of April, right before May. And it's an event that basically attracts all of the brightest in terms of the Dallas startup community. So it's going to attract some big brands, but it's also going to attract some really big concepts and some big ideas. And so it's a week long of programming that we're going to be kind of sponsoring. We're also working with the Dallas Entrepreneur Center to make sure they have a great web presence. We're going to work with them on their marketing. It's going to be a great event. We're going to we're going to learn a lot more about it. Probably in the coming weeks or so.
Okay, cool.
Right now we're still working on their actual web presence.
All right, but it's a big deal.
It's a big deal. Yeah, Dallas Startup Week was huge last year. Mark Cuban was one of the speakers.
Well, there you go, right there.
It's a big deal. Yeah.
All right, folks, it's a big deal. Not just Dallas Startup Week. Digital marketing as a whole is a big deal. Adam and his company, Agency Partner Interactive, is a really big deal, and they're there to help you. Beautiful, man. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Brian.
Appreciate you coming in. Folks, thank you as well. See you soon on All In. Bye-bye.